Hey, what the fuck is up, guys? So I'm going to be going over Smite's patch notes because I think the patches just went live today. I might be a little late to the party, but let's get started. So Charybdis has been released. We'll probably go over her later, but she has some cool abilities and whatnot. Um, let's switch right there. So some skins have been released. Not really a huge fan of skins and whatnot. Tier 5 Cthulhu looks kind of dope. Don's and Burl Frog guy. It's kind of neat. I'm excited for Classic Bacchus. Actually, my favorite one's going to be this Neath skin right here. Neath Zonquay, that looks dope as all hell. But yeah, just some new ones. Malware Jormungandr looks kind of neat too. Let's see. Does that not make noise?
Systems online.
It does not.
Threat assessed.
Oh lord. Oh lord. That's loud. I should turn down. You know what? My volume's fine. All right. New event happening, coming out, Odysseys and whatnot. Not something I really care about. Quality of life changes, bug fixes. Again, not something crazy. Now Commanders will no longer T-pose in lobby. Fixed an issue where skins would have animation problems on victory defeat screens. Not crazy. Some bug fixes with some other items. Apparently Chiron's coin was giving 15 HP 5 rather than the 7 that was intended. Game mode's being changed, though. The Chinese Season 3 Joust map is coming back, and a little bit of changes going over that. Deathstorm Benevolence are unavailable to buy in this map still. Increased XP split and bonus has been increased from 0 to 0.65. Out of combat speed boost, 2 found during the startup phase is nice. And then some other quality of life changes, kind of neat. Conquest is going to be changing a little bit, too. It's not really something I'm super concerned about. Moving on to item changes. Now this shit's my favorite. Just seeing item and god changes. So I just wanted to jump onto this real quick. So Warflag Sentinel's Gift Benevolence now require only 1250 gold to upgrade to their starter upgrades. This is in addition to them only requiring level 17. That's an awesome change for supports for these items. You can't get Benevolence and Joust. However, you can get Sentinels and Warflag. Nice quality of life change for those support guys. Radiance has been doing very well. The movement speed ore is now increased from 10% to 15%, and the damage ore is now increased from 10% to 15% as well, which is super nice, I am a big fan. And the upgraded one, they've been increased as well. As for Sundering Spear is doing too good. Now it has a an increased cooldown of about 15 seconds. When it's upgraded, it has an increased cooldown of 15 seconds as well. And the damage amplification has been reduced from 10% to 7%. Not good for Sundering Spear. Chiron's Coin, this one makes me a little bit sad, but they did decrease the magical power from 80 to 70, just to nerf a little bit. This also applies to its evolved form. I like Chiron's Coin. It's kind of sad to see that go, but it is being built quite a bit. Frostbite Hammer's doing too good. That's been nerfed. 300 to 250 health. In melee range, it's been reduced by 5%. In range, has been reduced by 5%. And that being that slow you get from attacking. Jade Emperor's Crown got a buff. Increased physical protections from 20 to 25. Jade Emperor's Crown is not used. I barely even know what it does. Hide of the Nemean Lion has got a buff because it is not being used either. It is increased by 5 physical protections. And to get the extra block stacks, it's been reverted from the 120 down to 100, which I think is nice. I prefer old Hide of Nemean Lion. I think it was just better that kind of Thorns effect. But I guess this is good. Whatever. Bulwark of Hope has been buffed as well. It seems like support items are really getting the lifted into the gods treatment. So increase the magical protections from 60 to 80, which is nice. The shield provided by Bulwark of Hope will now be based on 15% of the holder's maximum health rather than 150 plus 10 per level. So this is great. Again, this is like a reasonable thing to build on supports now because it's scaled off of your max health. I think that's actually really cool. A little less incentive to build squishies. Stone of Fall, I actually kind of enjoy this item. It is getting increased health, increased magical, increased physical protections, and increased the passive buff from 2% to 3%. I might start building this now. I think that's amazing as long as it keeps the same gold cost, which I'm pretty sure it will. That's one to look out for. I think that'll be good to pick up now. Blackthorn Hammer has also gotten a buff. Again, these support items, damage items are being nerfed, support items are being buffed a little bit. Increased physical power from 35 to 40, increased health from 350 to 400. Not too bad. Mirrodin Staff of Mirrodin, I think was very good. I don't think this buff's going to be very good. I do think this is nice to see. The passive buff being increased from 4 seconds to 6 seconds. And if you guys don't know, Mirrodin's passive is 70% cooldown reduction while the duration is going. And I think it slowly goes back down to, whatever, down to 40. Just very situational. I think hard to pull off. This is nice quality of life change on that, though. Dominance is getting a buff. I do like Dominance. I am happy for this one. It has increased attack penetration from 10% to 15%. I think that's great. Dominance was kind of hard to pick up because it, just doesn't have any attack speed, and you really need a better pen item. But this is nice for that. Magical Shroud is being decreased. It is 30 power down to 25. Again, attack damage item not being very good. And then Blood-Soaked Shroud is being decreased. Decreased health prot from 2% to 1.5 and mana prot from 2% to 1.5. Apparently that's doing very good as well. Conduit Gem is getting a buff. That's not one that I built very much either. It's getting a 5% power buff at the start. Kind of neat. This is just, them talking. So Mannequins also, I think, got a text change as well. Mannequins now always does 20% of their maximum health. Mannequins is very good. Before it was just set of their current health. It is 20% of their maximum health. That was a bug, and they finally let it know inside of it. This is also getting a slight nerf, saying that they have to be burning for you to get the effect. The bonus, what is that, health restoration. So, got a little bit of a nerf, I guess. Bumba's Dagger is getting a buff from 20 power to 25. And that's attack damage and ability damage from 30% to 35. It apparently wasn't doing very good. And then Bumba's Hammer is getting buffed as well. I fucking love this item for RTO. I'm actually very excited to build this on her. It is getting a 10% more cooldown from what it used to be. It's just reversing a change that I had done to it. I think that's super neat. Bumba's Spear no longer provides health. Now provides 10% penetration. It has increased physical power, increased magical power, and increased buff duration from 10 to 30 seconds. So this is getting a nice quality of life change. I think that's well worth 200 health. Protector of the Jungle, increased passive power from 12 to 15%, reverting that previous change to nerf to it. The protections increase remains at 12%. Increased physical power from 55 to 65. It's basically just reverting some of the changes that was happened before to nerf it. So that's kind of schwanky. And then the Seer of the Jungle, increased power, magical, physical, and duration time. Starter items just getting buffed all around. Gilded Arrow has a decreased cost of 50 gold. And increased attack power from 15 to 20. So that's kind of nice for that as well. War Flag, unfortunately, just was a terrible item. Looking at some guides from it, it just didn't really provide you enough gold to Sentinels. And so it is getting a buff to increase gold gain from 8 to 10 for damaging the other opponents, which is kind of nice. Benevolence is getting a nerf all around. Benevolence has been just shot into the ground. Decreased experience and gold earned from any item, or from any time you would gain either resources from slain enemies, from 90 to 85. This allows you to give those rewards to a teammate now, increasing from 10 to 15%. And this just makes it, a little bit worse all around. And then Animosity, instead of doing 4% of your max health, does 3%. That kind of sucks for that. As for God sort of changes, we have Tiamat, so decreased magical power scaling from 60 to 50% on consume. Tiamat does a fuck ton of damage. For being a tanky mage, she does a fuck ton of damage. So she just has her scaling decreased on her consume and outburst. Raijin is getting a damage decrease as well. It looks like he's doing a little bit too much damage as well. Basically 2 per level on the tick damage from Raiju. Jormungandr is getting a buff. He's not performing very well, so increased base attack damage from 10.4 to 11.2. His Haze gets an extra 5 damage on every single rank. Consuming Bellow has moved from 5% to 10% per stack. This can now stack up to 3 times. Increased duration of the empowered basic attack buff from 1.5 to 2 seconds per stack. This can stack up to 3 times. So he's just getting a nice change to his damage. He wasn't performing very well. Bellona is also getting a buff as well. Reduce cooldowns on Shield Bash and increase power scaling. That's kind of whatever. The cooldown's nice on it, though. And then Scourge is getting 2 seconds reduced at all ranks. So that's very nice for her. Amaterasu has increased attack speed per level from 1.2 to 1.4. So in an entire game, that's going to be what, like 2% attack speed? Effectively, I think. What is that? No, that's going to be like 4%. It's not terrible. Glorious Charges. Cooldown's been decreased. I thought this was had like a very high cooldown to begin with, so I'm happy to see that change on Amaterasu. Scotty's getting a change where Calder is now doing more damage at base, and her permafrost cooldown is decreased by 2 seconds, which is very nice as well. Quality of life change for Scotty. I think she's all right in Joust. You really just got to be able to bully and lane though. Thoth is getting a increased bonus basic attack power for his Glyphs of Pain. I really personally never use this to attack through the glyphs, but it's kind of nice to see, if everybody's attacking towers. Baba Yaga, quality of life change. That's the name of the game I've been, talking about. She's not body blocked by minions now. Oh my lord, that is so nice. That was a big pain in the ass when using her ult. Susano is getting increased damage. Apparently he wasn't doing very well. I feel like this guy fucking stomps in Joust, though. I'm not happy to see this, but Wind Siphon has 10 scaling up to 30 more power, or damage, not power, on his Wind Siphon. Jetstream is also getting an extra 5 damage per tick. So, cool. Ardio's getting a buff. I'm very happy about this one. So, reduced cooldowns on Life Tap and Maul. And then increased movement speed in her Heavy Charge. I fucking love RTO. I think with Bumbez Hammer getting a reverted nerf, so it is essentially a buff. I think RTO is going to be very good. I enjoy playing her to an immense degree. Kuzenbo, increased base damage on the throw from 70 to 80, all the way up from 210 to 240. Kuzenbo's a monster in Joust, so this is going to be good for people who enjoy playing him, and not good for people who enjoy not playing against him. I guess you can say that about all these buffs and nerfs, though. Naja's getting a nice change to her, too, where her cooldown on her Flaming Spears decreased down to 14 seconds at all ranks. So it's not going to really matter when everything's all finally leveled up. However, starting out, it's just going to be a lot nicer to, throw that ability out. And the Benevolence got the hot fix. Benevolence is trash. It's awful now. Anyway, that was the patch notes. I skipped over some stuff, but I really only care about item and god changes. So thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.